now.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Tammy, again for having me join me today. I'm really excited. My name is Gabrielle Moes. I'm the owner of Seasons Catering, and we are in a working kitchen today, so we apologize in advance for the background noise. However, we're all doing what we do. So I think today's menus, we're going to highlight some of the spring produce that we have coming out of the farmers markets right now. In addition to highlighting some of what we do with the Good to Go, which is our heat and serve and our ready to eat meal program. It's a subscription-based program that we just started and we launched this week. So check it out at thegoodtogo.com. It's thegood2go.com. So we're going to start first and foremost with preserved lemons. Preserved lemons are this amazing staple, and we use them in so much different foods. Today we're using them on the carrot dish. And our finished product are these fun little cut up remois of preserved lemons. But it takes about 3 weeks to get to here. So I'm just going to walk you really quickly through how we package them and show you what it looks like, and it's the easiest thing ever. So you just start with lemons. And you're going to quarter them like that so that we still have our base intact. Stuff that into your mason jar and simply, I'm going to add a bay leaf today. Our recipes that we provided you today don't include a bay leaf, but I like to pick it up a notch with maybe a bay leaf or some allspice. And then I just press in kosher salt and literally have submerged the entire lemon in salt. So fast forward 2 weeks, actually probably, and this is our finished product, and I don't even know if you can see that. Can you see it, Tammy?
I can see the top.
Yep. So we've got some preserved lemons here. We've got about 50 lemons in here. So this is our tub. And so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking all the inside out. It's totally broken down. It's yummy. It's super salty right now. And I shave off everything except for the peel. So what you're going to do, you're going to simply wash it off to get all that excess salt off of it, dice it up, and you've got your preserved lemons. And these lemons will stay for months, 6 months, 7 months in your refrigerator, and you just pull them out as you need to use them. And they're amazing on salads, they're amazing on fish. We throw them into salad dressings. So that's going to segue us right into our roasted carrot with our tarragon vinaigrette. So here we go. So super basic, standard for any vinaigrette that you make. It is oil, fat, and emulsifier. That's all it is, really. And then seasoning, salt, pepper, herbs, mustard. You can add whatever you want from there. So in this case, we're going to start with our herb, our actual flavor, the enhancer, which is going to be our tarragon. So I put my tarragon in here, and a little bit of Dijon mustard. And the Dijon mustard acts as an emulsifier. So it actually will help, if you're whisking by hand, it'll help bind your oil and your vinegar together. So we like to use extra virgin olive oil, and I am using lemon juice today. So get the lemon juice in here. And you can access all of the recipes on, Tammy, what are we accessing recipes on?
It's edibleventurcounty.com.
edibleventurcounty.com.
And the link is actually in the description of the event. but I will add another one right now.
Okay, that's it. You should never buy store-bought salad dressing. It is the easiest thing to make. And if you just put your acid and your fat in there, it'll stay for a whole month in your refrigerator. Once you start incorporating the herbs and something like lemon juice, it's a little bit more fragile than acid. Your shelf life is obviously less. But if you're using red wine vinaigrette or balsamic vinaigrette, I throw this in a mason jar, shake it up, throw a garlic clove in there, I don't even cut it, and I'm good for the whole week. So this is our vinaigrette, and we are going to toss this at the very end to our carrots. So we have our carrots here, and right now, great time. There's amazing carrots at Farmer's Market in pretty much every color that you can find, which is why they call them rainbow carrots. And all we're going to do is toss these really lightly in a little bit of olive oil. And then, for general rule of thumb, I do everything at 375. Sometimes with my vegetables, I crank it up to about 425, but 375 is a safe bet for pretty much anything that you're cooking if you're unsure. So into the oven it goes. And then, voila, we are done. That was really fast cooking. So, we are going to go ahead, and this is an awesome spring dish. You can serve it at room temperature, which means you can make it ahead of time and forget about it and just come back, and you don't have to be in the kitchen dealing with food while your guests are out there drinking their cocktails. So all I'm going to do now is I've got my carrots plated. I'm going to drizzle my vinaigrette right on top. And then I'm going to top it with some preserved lemon. There you go, that's it. We do this with shaved radicchio underneath it. We'll add in some butternut squash if we're kind of in the between stages of the season, and it's amazing. And then you can throw some pistachios on here, which is really good. This dish is done. Okay, we're going to move on to our salmon. This salmon is, again, super easy. So I've gone ahead and I've portioned out these portions. These are about 5 ounces each. And you want to season it a little bit first with your salt. I like white pepper on mine so you don't see the black. And then you're going to take horseradish, and it's literally like yummy horseradish that you kind of find in the refrigerator section. That's always the yummiest, and it's strong. But you probably think, oh my goodness, why is she putting so much horseradish on there? Well, the reality is once it cooks, it kind of mellows out the flavor, and it just gives it just enough flavor and not spice. Like you definitely aren't going to feel it that much. It just gives it a really nice, strong flavor that salmon really stands up to well. So, again, like I said, 375 is a really safe bet. This one's going to go into the oven. These are relatively small fillets, so it's about 11 to 14 minutes. But if you have a larger piece of fillet, it could go 20, 25 minutes. So, into the oven that one goes. And like any protein, once we take it out of the oven, let it sit. Don't poke to see if it's done. Just try to, maybe gently check it if you're just starting to work with fish on a regular basis. But once you get the hang of it, don't cut into it. Let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes. Let all those juices just reabsorb. That's true with any seafood, poultry, beef. So what we finished with is going to be this lovely piece of roasted salmon, and and it's cooked. So we are going to put this onto a plate. Perhaps.
Do you have any tips on knowing when the salmon is done?
Yeah, so essentially if you see that little white, for lack of better word, creamy stuff that comes out of the salmon, you've probably gone a little too far. So rule of thumb is you can kind of touch it, and it's really just by doing it multiple times that you get a sense of what that feels like. If you're really unsure, you know, have an extra little piece there that you can break open and test, but just know that it's going to continue to cook and settle a little bit. So when you initially cut into it, it's going to be a little raw than, it's just not, it's going to be different from when you wait 10 minutes. So here's our salmon. We're good to go on this one. Okay, our last dish today is going to be our fennel sausage stuffed mushrooms. What I love about this recipe is you can serve an appetizer side, or you can, you know, pass around at a cocktail party or on a hors d'oeuvre table, or you can serve it as a side dish to a steak, which would be phenomenal. Or if you're feeling like, I want this as my meal, then do a little bit of a larger mushroom, like a portabellini, which is not a big one, but maybe like this, and add some vegetables or something in, like some cut spinach or something. I mean, all of our recipes that we share with people are really base recipes with the intention that people build on it. So get creative, that's what the kitchen's for, and add some spinach, add some chopped up zucchini, add some bell pepper, it would be yummy. So in any case, today what we're doing is we're going to start with our sausage. Well, actually, back that one up, because for our recipe, we're actually starting with our fennel. So here's our fennel. And I put my olive oil in there, so let's just add them together. And we want to saute that on like a medium-low heat and really cook the sausage down. I got to get my gloves. I've got to get my gloves here, folks. So while our sausage is cooking, we will fast forward about 10 minutes. And now we've got our cooked sausage with our fennel in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in the cream and the cheese. So we've got a Parmesan and a mozzarella here. So I'm literally going to just kind of mix this in here. My white wine has already been added to this, and the reason you put white wine in there really is to kind of pick up all the juices that have stuck to the pan and release them, and it becomes really flavorful in here. So we've got that, and I'm going to put in breadcrumbs because the breadcrumbs help bind, especially since we're adding cream. So this is a very decadent. If you don't do dairy, you can do the whole thing without the cheese and the cream. Okay, so we've added our dairy in there and our breadcrumbs, and we're going to mix it up. And then now I'm going to add my herb into it, and we're using parsley today. So now we've got our mixture in here. And it doesn't have to, the sausage does not have to be super fine. It's totally good to have little chunks in there. So now all we're going to do is I've taken the stems out of my mushroom, I do not wash my mushrooms. Don't wash your mushrooms. Instead, take a paper towel or a damp cloth, dish towel, and wipe them off and get the dirt off that way. And then you're simply going to go in there and you're going to stuff them. And if you like spice, I mean, we're talking Italian sausage here, so you could get like a hot Italian sausage, but I'm using mild today. You could add chili flakes. You could add some chopped fresh oregano or basil. You know, it just depends what you like. So I've got my mushrooms here now, and they kind of swim around a little bit. But as we put them in the oven, they're going to come down just a bit, and I'll show you. And 15 minutes later, here we are. So our mushrooms are done. And these mushrooms, again, this is a great one to do ahead of time. You can do this whole thing. Throw them in the fridge the day beforehand, and then if you're having people over on Friday night after work, you just pull that out, throw it in the oven for like 20 minutes, cook it, and then you've got a nice warm hors d'oeuvre. So there we go. Let me get these other ones out. We'll do a little before and after. Okay, Tammy, that's everything today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, my name's Gabrielle Moes. I'm with Seasons Catering and the Good to Go, and it's our Good to Go portion of our business is eat and serve, ready to eat, perfect for corporate environment, and just in general, if you want to go home and you don't want to have to cook a whole meal, but you want something that's hot and fresh, and that's our Good to Go. So enjoy. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, Gabrielle.